Hello viewer, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us on the news desk of NTA Channel 5 Abuja at 1. My name is Tessie Omeri. In the quest to address the pockets of security challenges bedeviling the Federal Capital Territory, experts have advocated the need to engage stakeholders in the local communities. To this effect, the FC Police Command has taken the bull by the horn by interfacing with the leadership of the Fulani community in the territory. Ilyasu Onotu Yakubu brings us excerpts.
The recent abduction in University of Abuja was a major focus in the stakeholders' exclusive meeting, which had heads of all security agencies in the FCT as well as the FCTA Security Department in attendance. Commissioner of Police Babaji Sunday made a special appeal to the Fulani leaders to bring their knowledge of the local terrain to bear as security agencies make efforts to tackle the menace of kidnapping. This is because the terrains have become a safe haven for the criminal elements whenever such incidences occur. The Fulani leaders and a host of heads of security agencies saw the initiative as a prime effort in the right direction and promised total cooperation as well as detailing of their subjects across the hinterlands to aggressively volunteer useful information that will assist security confront the challenges headlong. Ilyasu Onotu Yakubu, NTA News.
Leadership and accountability are two significant words in corporate governance. So, when the Director General of the NTA, Malam Yakubu Ibn Muhammad, was called out by the FCT chapter of the Association of National Accountants of Nigeria for an award, the issue of accountable leadership took center stage. Ifeoma Ojinta reports that the event commemorates International Accountants Day.
It was a convergence of top-notch accountants and other notable Nigerians who are determined to reposition Nigerian leadership by x-raying emerging leadership challenges that will shape in the future of accounting profession and Nigeria's economy.
Leadership involves multiple stakeholders and values such as honesty, integrity, excellence, courage, humility, and trust, combined with the creation of a high-performance culture.
For the Association of National Accountants of Nigeria, such an occasion to commemorate the International Accountants Day provides an opportunity to encourage good leadership, accountability, as well as professional excellence.
We've come here today to celebrate ourselves and also to communicate through our statements and other activities we are carrying out here to the world that it is doable, that we can have accountability in leadership.
While recognizing individuals and organizations who have made great strides in accountable leadership, the name of the Director General of the NTA, Malam Yakubu Ibn Muhammad, resounded for accountable leadership. General Manager, NTA Channel 5 Abuja, Ayo Adewuyi, received the award on behalf of the Director General.
A very astute public servant on behalf of ANAM FCT1 branch, I'm presenting this award to Malam Yakubu.
When you teach people to be accountable, you are making them appreciate the value of their work. And this the Director General has always been doing, by making us understand and accept responsibilities and also, take the consequences of whatever actions that we do.
The thematic focus for the second commemoration of this day is accountable leadership in the 21st century. Ifeoma Ojinta, NTA News.
And from accountability, let's take a look at the environment. Wednesday evening rain with windy storm left many properties destroyed in Gariki area of the FCT. Correspondent reports that affected persons were seen Thursday morning counting their losses.
The terrific incident which occurred at Express Clean Car Wash in Asart's and Resorts Garden opposite Gariki General Hospital, Abuja, Wednesday evening uprooted a tree that damaged a car belonging to a customer and some properties. The car owner, Mr. Raphael Olusegun, expressed his grief over the incident.
As I was coming from the mechanics, I thought, okay, let me come and wash the car since there's traffic. On getting there, I told them that, okay, I'll park my car where other people can have access. When you wash, they'll go. Let me leave my car behind because in the evening, I'll come and pick my car. On getting down here in the evening, the rain started heavily around 5:30. I was supposed to come, but the rain held me back. On getting down to this spot, I found a mighty mahogany tree had uprooted from the root, the stem on my car. The government should come to my rescue because I'm a citizen of this country and I've been diligent in my ways. And from a reliable source, I heard about the business that is being recognized by AMAC and they are paying tax.
The tree is old, so as a result of the heavy winds, that was how the tree fell. The owner of the place, he said that he's not the owner of the tree, that the tree belongs to government, that it's government responsibility to trim down the tree. And I think he has made a call to them several times.
The supervisor of the car wash expressed his disappointment over the destruction as officials of the FCT Parks and Recreation, however, attending to the situation in sanitizing the affected area. Serafina Okon Umekwe, NT News.
Many thanks, Serafina, for the update. Following the expiration of the 24-hour ultimatum given to the occupants of contravening structures around the Kubwa Modern Market, the bulldozers of the FCT Development Control Department have pulled down illegal structures around the area, leaving occupants to lament in agony. Shuaibu Onoze Yakubu tells us more.
Shock, agony, surprise and lamentations are the body language of occupants and other onlookers who watched as their shops were being pulled down.
Just wake up day before yesterday, they bring notice that we should remove our items. Just this morning, we see Caterpillar full with soldiers and they just start demolition.
The FCT Ministerial Task Team on City Sanitation says the exercise is a demonstration of matching ways with action in line with the FCT Minister directive of sanitizing the area to ease free flow of traffic along the axis.
We had no options but to actually do what we believe is right in the circumstance. We've given notices before for people to quit the illegal shop. We've asked them to leave. We've cleared all the areas there and begged them to leave. Even the particular one that exploded, we have removed them. But like I said before, during COVID, they came back. So what we did today was to go around, remove all the illegal shops around that area.
It will be recalled that the ministerial directive was against the backdrop of the fire incident that occurred recently, which claimed several lives. Shuaibu Onoze Yakubu, NT News.
Meanwhile, urbanization is said to have created some negative environmental impacts as the population sometimes is not commensurate to available infrastructure, thereby affecting growth and development. Our correspondent in this report takes a look at adapting cities for climate resilience.
Cities are always the attraction of both the rich and the poor, most of whom engage in rural-urban migration, sometimes without any reason for migration. More often than not, they constitute nuisance as they find it difficult to tend their needs. To this, the United Nations is drawing the attention of the international community to take action on issues affecting cities as a result of human activities, which by extension cause climate change and its attendant consequences. The Federal Capital Territory, being the nation's capital city, is also not spared from such environmental issues. FCT authorities are, however, not resting on their oars to maintain a beautiful city.
We know cities are centers of excellence, and everybody that come into it will want to make a living out of it. We've not been sleeping on our oars in trying to curtail some of the illegal developments that go on. And with that, because if we don't do that, people will have to build on parks, on green areas, and then along floodwater ways. So we've been trying our best to prevent that.
Working with the theme, Adapting Cities for Climate Resilience, issues of flooding in some parts of the city, mostly attributed to human-induced factors, authorities say, must be dealt with.
Climate change has come to stay with us, whether we like it or not. And what we need to do is to claim back our environment. If we don't claim the environment, the climate change will definitely take over, and that will cause a lot of urban degradation and a lot of impact in the society.
This forms part of efforts in Sustainable Development Goals to make cities inclusive, safe, resilient and sustainable.
And now to update on COVID, figures from the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, as at 10th November 2021, indicates 21 new cases of COVID-19 in the FCT. The number of confirmed cases stands at 23,400, while active cases now 1,728. And the number of discharged cases in the territory stands at 21,450. 222 deaths have been recorded in the FCT. Now, plastics and iron waste are widely used in different applications, ranging from water bottles to electronic scraps. They have over the years become versatile and indispensable. However, disposal of plastic and iron waste into the environment has led to diverse environmental problems. Correspondent Chidima Anson Agomo brings us details.
Millions of tons of plastics are being produced and recycled as human population increases. Consistent demand for the products has resulted in environmental pollution. Indiscriminate disposal of plastics on the environment and open air, experts say, can lead to the release of toxic chemicals into the air, causing public health hazards and environmental contamination.
We're still looking at how to stop the usage of all these substances in order to preserve the ozone, because if the ozone is destroyed, we are going to receive a lot of environmental and health hazards, which is going to be devastating.
Some are plastics, some are rubber, some other sorts of material combined with the plastics and the firewood already had, and they inhale all this stuff, which is really a big problem.
Pollution by plastic and iron is recognized widely to be a major environmental burden because they are usually landfilled and soil contamination if not properly managed. Chidima Anson Agomo, NTA News.
And from environment matters, we move to other issues, but that will be after the break. You're watching the news at 1 on NTA Channel 5, Abuja. We'll be right back.
Oh boy, climb this thing now. Not be only to connect lights. Come you and yourself now. Now wow. Oh boy, come down now. Oga Kasali electrician, who would they look for with this? Oh, Oga Kasali, come help us fix this wire now.
Sorry, I no longer carry out illegal connection. It puts the lives of people at risk and can cause fire outbreak and disrupt power supply. I will never be part of anything that has to do with this any longer, because change begins with me.
Oh boy, letting him talk makes sense. Oh boy, we could carry this ladder from over.
This message is brought to you by the National Orientation Agency in conjunction.
Many thanks for staying with us. We welcome you back on some trends in the society. Sunglasses are a unique face shield. They come in
of motivation for the farmers from the government to enhance fish production in the FCT.
In Nigeria, we have a lot of land opportunities, water that we can produce even to export. So we look at what are we doing, what are we not doing right. Even as we are doing this, it is not enough because the market is very big and it requires a lot of the demand here. When you come, any Thursday you come, you receive a lot of people fighting to get their own fish. So in terms of production, the market is still demanding for almost 30 tons from us every week. Not leave government alone to provide this, provide that. We have to invest in this because it is not a rocket science. It is happening all over the world. So why can't we do it here in Nigeria?
Ismail Abdullahi, who was seen patronizing the local fish farm around the riverbank in Jabi, explains his preference for fishes from the wild to organic fish.
Prefer taking this particular fish that comes from river, you understand, which is potent and which is highly nutritious because we have different sorts of calcium. But to that of fish, if you eat the fish at the same time you eat the bone as well, so you are compounding more of the calcium.
Ahmed Kamis Malautaraki also breeds fingerlings in his farm on a daily basis, all in an effort to meet the demand of the growing population in the nation's capital. Deborah Gazajmaika, NTA News.
To some, chicken business is an age-long business for people advanced in age. But now the business has gone beyond that, as a lot of young people are into it because it is lucrative. Again, Deborah Gazajimaika tells us more.
Yahaya Kasim says he smiles to the bank every week to deposit the money he makes from selling live chicken in the market. He describes the business as a lucrative one, making 50,000 naira quarterly.
The challenge being in this business, talk about their feed. Now it's too expensive. The accommodation, there's maize and everything is too expensive. Before this one, we used to buy it 1,800. Well, now at Osios 2,400.
A buyer laments the sudden increase in the prices of chickens.
Chicken is too expensive. It's not like before. Before we used to buy this one 1,500, 1,400, but now it's 2,300, 2,500, 2,700. 3,000. It depends how the chicken big. It's too expensive.
Chicken business, they say, does not require too much startup capital. Deborah Gazajimaika reporting.
Many thanks, Deborah, for shifting attention to agriculture. Now to other matters. The role of civil society remains important in any nation. Chidima Anson Agomo examines the place of civil society organizations in the growth and development of Nigeria.
The role of civil society organization world over cannot be overemphasized. Without the active involvement of civil society organization, many people would have lived in much fear. Human rights abuse, social injustice, among others. But how has civil society impacted on Nigerian political and social life of the citizens?
Inability of the members of the society to even recognize the role of the civil society, because most of them see civil society as people who have no work to do. They are just a noisemaker, whereas it's not like that. They are, in fact, the watchdog, of the society, and they checkmate a lot of government policies that are inimical to the people.
They are doing their best, but they are also being infiltrated by some elements of elites who are also trying to coin certain things, because some of the decisions, some of the some of the actions they take, yes, the civil society, they sometimes put sentiment in that, and they are not supposed to. They're supposed to be neutral.
How is the experience like in other countries of the world?
Civil society in the UK, for example, is very engaged with the various issues that are happening within the UK and elsewhere. They have a number of options to do that. They could do that through joining a political party, or they can do it through a number of voluntary organisations or charities. And I think that's something in the UK that there's quite a lot of people feel an obligation to do something with civil society or with a civil organisation.
Civil society organizations are an important source of information for both citizens and governments as they
And that's the most we can take on the news at 1. We are linking up with our outside broadcast van for a live coverage.